Hey everybody, Ian here at NAB 2016. Stopped by to see my friend James Lee in the 16:9 booth. And you might recall, not too long ago, I did a blog on the Movcam wireless system, and we were checking that out. And now I've come over to talk to James because here we are at NAB, and inevitably you're going to add something new to the mix. So what have we added to that system?
Well, at NAB this year, we've actually shown the three-channel system before, but it's actually now in its final phase. And the new addition to the wireless systems is going to be the three-channel fizz system with touchpad, as well as lens mapping. This particular system runs 3 digital motors, so you can do focus, iris, and zoom. It runs with a similar receiver system that you saw on the single channel, so it's fully compatible with those particular receivers, so you can actually swap devices and work back and forth with it. What's unique about this system is that it's a very inexpensive system compared to a lot of the wireless fizz systems that are out there that run the same features of what this is offering. It's a 2.4 gigahertz multi-channel wireless control system that you could also hardwire. It runs off an NPF internal battery in the pocket here, so it's not an exposed battery. Illuminated hand wheel set. You could actually also set focus points, and when you actually set your marker points, it'll actually vibrate on the hand wheel, so it tells us points. The other added feature is you can actually go in and set up lenses, so if you want to map your lens, you can store all your lens files directly into there, so as you add more lenses to it, you can add it by serial number, and then be able to recall that lens file, so the next time you use it, it maps directly to that, so you don't have to put all the scales back into the system. So it's great if you own your own lens set or if you're in a rental environment. What's also new to this is that we actually added a rangefinder system, and the rangefinder system can work independent of itself, but also can work with a 3-channel in the fact that it actually can control the focus motor. And the reason why we control the focus motor is so that you can actually use it as an autofocus system. So if you're using it for cranes, gimbal applications, drones, if you want to be able to just run basically the rangefinder with the laser sensor that's on there, it can run the focus motor independently of the wireless or in conjunction with it at the same time. So what you're seeing here is it's constantly detecting the range all the way up to 200 feet. So that's one of the differences of the system, is that it has a higher accuracy and a longer range. And by the narrow beam that it uses, which is an infrared beam, you can get a range of up to 200 feet, which is very unique to this system. In addition to that, generally what you have with an autofocus system is going to try to focus in on the nearest subject. So in a situation where you will have a subject in a crowd, and they're 10 feet away from you, and you have about 30 people in front of them, you don't want that constant refocusing of the system. So what they're doing is they have this little device called electronic tracker that the subject can actually wear on them, and the camera can, the rangefinder will actually auto-detect where it is and stay focused on that specific point. So let's say even in a shooting circumstance, like you're following along in a gimbal, it'll constantly stay in focus as long as the subject is wearing this electronic tracker.
And what's the forgiveness on that? Because some folks are going to say, hey, that's cool, but what if it's in someone's breast pocket, but you want the face to be in focus?
You can actually set deviation points within the unit itself, so you can set offsets. So that's one of the features of it, is so if you want to change just the deviation points, you can actually adjust it within the menu in the system here. So depending on where they're wearing it, you can actually change the position of it.
So we can maintain sharp focus on a face, even though we might tuck it in a pocket or what have you. Okay. You want to just show the layout of how everything's assembled here?
So the system comprises on the receiver unit, you've got the actual main driver unit here, which controls one motor, has your power ports as well as a communication for your trigger. Then you can stack on the iris module and the zoom module. There's multi-point connectors underneath that you just simply attach to, and there's a little attachment dial here that you simply loosen to be able to detach and add motors.
The one cable coming out of here is the one going to the motor itself.
That's
All
right.
the communication is coming from the home base, you can say here,
Yes.
and going back to your hand wheel. Okay.
Yeah, and what you're seeing also here is that the rangefinder is then connected via one communication cable, so they communicate within each other, so that's for the autofocus functionality. But if I was to detach the communication, just run this independent, and calibrate the focus motor, you can see the focus motor right now is plugged directly into the rangefinder. So then I can run that completely independent of the wireless system.
Okay, here's the other question people are going to ask. I might own motors already. How can I transition if I want to say to other motors that I might own?
Currently, the only other motor compatibility on the system is to Hayden digital motors using a specific cable, because this is a different multi-pin connector, LEMO connector, compared to the Hayden. All you need to do is just get that specific cable, and this system is compatible with Hayden's. In the future, there's actually going to be software being written for other motors as well, so we're going to be supporting other digital motors as it comes.
Price and availability.
Availability of both systems. Availability of both systems is going to be, we're looking at end of May is when we're going to start commencing the first deliveries. The way the system is priced, a 3-channel system, wireless control system, is list price $10,995. Basically the MAF1 rangefinder system, if you're adding it to that without a motor, it's $5,700 additional. If you want to get just the rangefinder system alone, which basically comprises of the sensor, the head unit, the electronic transmitter, and then a motor by itself, then you're looking at about $7,200 retail.
Okay, so this module is included in that purchase price.
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
And end of May?
End of May.
Okay, so there you have it. New Focus Solutions, a growing family of Focus Solutions, I should say, from Movcam. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.